Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I don't have a ton of orders going out today, but it is a fantastic sales day. The two most expensive items in my store sold. I mean, come on. That is great news. Very happy about it. Took a significant offer on one of them, but I don't care. I'll explain that later. There still is that pending local pickup sale, which I'm just waiting for the eBay system to finally pick it up and cancel it and blah, blah, because they won't contact me back. I've messaged them twice. It is what it is. It is the risk you take when you have it as an option, because they paid for it. It's not like I'm waiting for them to pay. They just don't know how it works and apparently don't check their email. So, still waiting on that one. I don't know how long it is. I think it's the same as a non-payment after a certain amount of time, 5 days, 7 days. I'm not sure. It's just a little hassle, a little hiccup in the day. Not going to throw my day off though, because first thing going out on D5 is a vintage Apple iBook. It is this one here. Don't drop it. That would be very upsetting. But this blast from the past right here is an Apple iBook clamshell with the charger included, charger cord. And for that item right there, I got $399.99 plus shipping. That is full asking price. I think, the second most expensive one. I think only because the green one is more desirable. Aqua, whatever color it happens to be. I think that was when I did it, how that worked out. My assumption is I was the only one allowing international shipping, which I'm not going to say I'm not worried about it, but it's through global shipping program. So as long as it makes it safely to Kentucky, I'm mostly, and I'll say that again, mostly covered, because I did have an issue before where someone international purchased something through the global shipping program and then 6 months later did a chargeback on their credit card. That whether global shipping is involved or not, credit card chargebacks is just an issue that is a possibility. It does not happen often. A fraction of a percent of times have I had a chargeback. I think 3 in total, and 2 ended up in my favor. And the one that didn't should have. So I don't understand that. And one of them that did probably shouldn't have. Either way, I'm happy about it. $400. I paid $15, tested it out, works great for what it is. It's super loud, it's outdated. My dad was confused on why anyone would want it, and I'm assuming collector. People collect iPads, iPods. They try to get like one of each generation, that kind of stuff. Whatever. I don't have to know the reason. Just happy to have it sell, and it was only listed a couple weeks, so that is fantastic. Next thing going out is Pokemon Pikachu's Winter Vacation. I gotta find a good way to store my big boxes. It's not great. This one right here, new in package, and we technically priced this up because ours was the only one that still included the free music CD. Even some of them that were claiming to be new didn't have the bonus CD, so of course they weren't new. Maybe they just the disc inside are individually wrapped, so the DVD was still new. Who knows? So we priced it up a little bit. $39.99 free shipping. That will go medium mail. I paid up for that. I paid $5 for that. But I looked it up and saw that it was going to sell. New in package. Always willing to pay up a little bit more than not, because it takes less work to list. Usually less cleaning, no cleaning, that kind of thing. Next up on B3 is a Sleighmaker vintage padlock. B3 Sleighmaker. Uh-oh, we got 2 Sleighmakers. Is it the one with the key or without the key? We'll find out on the way back. No key. Okay, gotta go back. It is the no key one. There we go. Looks similar, but without a key. And this one right here, we've sold a few of the locks so far. It's going okay. The gentleman that did purchase this one, he put out offers on about 5 of them. So he must be a locksmith or a lock collector. I'm assuming a collector. But he just offered flat $10 on like every expensive lock I had. So I countered with things that were in the realm of acceptable. If it's $20, I'm not going to take $10 when I listed it yesterday. And then he came back with the offer on this one with a long explanation of something with the tumblers and the blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I don't really care what his explanation was. It just wasn't a fair offer compared to what I had priced him out as. I would have been very willing to make an offer if he, wanted to work because he wanted to buy 4 or 5, but just a flat $10 on a bunch of items that were 20, 25 plus, I can't work with that. You got to at least, your offer has to make sense to the price. If it's $15 and you offer 10, and the other one's $25 and you offer 10, clearly you're not putting in the effort to realize how much each one is worth individually, but they knew what they were talking about. I don't know. Either way, this one sold. That's fine. $10, free shipping, going out the door, and repeat buyers. So this is not the first time they've bought a lock from me or something from me. So I don't know. If they want to make a deal, I'll make a deal. But I can't just flat $10 across the board. That doesn't work. Next thing going out, B3C, Laura Geller retractable makeup brush. Oh great, this one right here. Let me make sure it's this Baked Kabuki brush, because I don't remember reading that. Yep, Baked Kabuki. So it's the last one. Those sold great. Not a ton of money, but sold great. $12.99 free shipping on that one. And then next up, I say it was the most expensive item in the store, but it didn't sell for the most money in the store. If that makes sense. It's on desk. It's a Nike Air Jordan 12 Retro Black Taxi. These ones right here. As I squish my hats. And these shoes right here from the 96, 97 line. Looks like there might have been just a bad sew job here. These do have to go through authentication, so... And all they do with authentication is authenticate that they are what they're supposed to be, that they are Nikes. I don't even think they authenticate if it's the ones that you sold. I think they just authenticate if they're authentic. So if that's the case, does the authentication really matter? I could be selling just mismarked items that, as long as they're actual Nikes, but those are not. And they sold for $320 plus shipping, going through authentication, of course. I had them listed $499.99. And why would I take that significant of an offer? Because just a reminder, when I bought the shoes, I didn't think any of them were worth more than $100. Not a single pair in the whole lot I didn't think was worth more than $100. So I think I would be a little crazy to not take $320 when I didn't think they were worth $100. But I'm very happy. Between those two sales, $719.99. Yes, please. Let's have more days like that. I'd have to have more expensive items to have days like that, but still, oh, love it. Love it. And I waffled a little bit, just a little bit, on taking that offer. But I went back, I looked at ones that had sold recently. I looked at the most one had sold in the last 90 days for the same thing used with the box, and it was $325. So I said, all right, that's what the market's saying, it's a fair price. I'm going to take the money and run. And I guess the repeat buyer was that he bought 2 today. Because here's the next one on B3. It's a vintage Corbin padlock with key. This one right here. Vintage Corbin padlock. And this is the one I guess we had that conversation about. Because he was saying with the keys being this war, that they had got, that it obviously had been used a lot. And so something about tumbler wear or something or whatever, that's all fine. I don't really care. I don't know anything about locks. I'm not a lock expert. I know how to price things compared to market value. That's what I'm an expert at. And I would consider myself an expert at that. I've done it for years. I'm pretty good at it. So that one, it was $14.99 and we settled on $12. Coming down from $14.99 to $12, that's acceptable. $25 to $10, never gonna happen. At least not when I just listed them. That's the whole point of that story. And speaking of pricing things, it's time for tip of the day. And the tip of the day, this one is specific to sellers. Specific to sellers. Don't ruin it for everyone. Like, do not ruin it for everyone. And specifically what I'm talking about is, you see this shrink machine from Whammo right there. I have all the original bits and pieces. It's got like the glue that originally comes with it, which I put in the description. Glue not guaranteed. There's no cap on it, but just as a collector part of it. It comes with the original pencils, all of it. And so I priced it according to what they had sold for in that condition, blah, blah, blah. It's around, I want to say $250 I have it priced at. $250 plus shipping, which is a great amount of money. And I hadn't got any bites. I hadn't got any interest in a long time. So I went and just double checked. I wanted to make sure there wasn't one listed for $225 that I was just going to get beat out. You know, it's definitely a long tail item. Probably going to have to wait till closer to Christmas time to even get any interest. And then I look, and there is a listing comparable to mine that was listed for, I think, $300. There was a listing comparable to mine, but a little worse that was also priced, I think, over mine or the same as mine, somewhere in the same realm, in the 200 plus range. No sold comps because, like I said, long tail. It's a battle between the ones that are listed for the next one that gets sold. I will have to drop my price because two sellers came along with not as good, but they priced theirs at $50 and $60. $50 and $60. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's being facetious. I've seen many dumb things. I have 3 kids. But you are just, not only are you not getting the full value you could get, you are destroying the market for future sellers to get anything close to that. Because what happened probably is one of those people said, oh, well, none of these are selling. Let me price mine lower. Instead of just making theirs $200 plus shipping and being $50 cheaper than the next one, which is a significant difference, a significant discount, you will be the first one to sell. Instead of that, they discounted it by $200 and made theirs $50 plus shipping. Moronic. Can't even, you can tell that I'm upset about this. And then I'm assuming then the next person came on, well, I want mine to sell. I better price it with this other cheap one, which does make sense. If there's no solds, there's 6 listed, you have to be the cheapest in order to sell. But cheapest shouldn't be $200 cheaper than the next cheapest. That's moronic. That's throwing money away. And like I said, go ahead, be the cheapest. If I had looked at that listing today and went, okay, well, and the cheap ones weren't there, I would have looked at it and said, well, none are selling, so I just have to be the cheapest. Cheapest one listed is $225. I'll make mine $199.99 plus shipping, and I still would have been the cheapest option. I still would have been the soonest one to sell, but instead, this ninny muffin, I gotta throw it back to the old school cursing because I don't want to curse on YouTube. This ninny muffin priced it $200 below market. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Possibly they don't know what they're doing. Possibly they do know what they're doing. I don't know. I'm befuddled. I'm upset. Because now I have to lower the price. I have to significantly lower the price because not enough of them sell for it to make it to mine. 3 of them would have to sell for it to make it to mine. And that's just not going to happen. So now I have to reduce the price of mine. I won't bring it down to $50. That's stupid. It's still stupid. I don't know. Maybe I'll probably lower mine to $149.99 and then hope the other 2 sell. And then around Christmas, maybe mine will sell. Maybe get caught in a sale. Sometimes people don't actually search for stuff, like look through. Sometimes maybe they'll get sent an email from eBay and they go, oh, wow, that's a good price. I don't know. It's upsetting. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Yes, if you need to be the cheapest, and the only time you need to be the cheapest is if there are more listed than there are solds, then be the cheapest because the sales ratio dictates that. But be the cheapest by a little bit. It's not like people go back and check their listings constantly and compare them to others. Be the cheapest by $1. Be the cheapest by $5. Be the cheapest by 5%, 10%, not by $200 freaking dollars. Rant over. So I just got everything packed up that was purchased so far today. Maybe something else will come in. Who knows? A couple quick tips though. The computer. This is what I boxed it up in, which is a Walmart medium, which I think, if I can find it, yeah, 19 by 14 by 17. And the reason I use such a big box is the easiest way to resize a box is down. That's why I use the number 7 priority mail boxes so often, even though it's way more than I need almost every time. It's just because it's easier to resize the box down. You mark your lines. If you have a handy tool like I use, like this one, or the one that's the box resizer that's on the back of a utility knife. I still need to get one of those just for smaller boxes, like resizing the USPS shoe boxes, just so you can reach in there and do it. It's just easier to resize it down. And with something that costs $400, I can pay the, whatever it is, $1.70 for that box. I'm okay with that. Even though I'm fully capable of resizing some USPS boxes or Frankenboxing or doing something like that where it would have cost me $0. When the item is $400, just get the right box. And again, I will reemphasize this. The easiest way is to resize down. So as long as the bottom dimensions are the dimensions you need, that is the perfect box. Another thing I ran into, and I don't know why they make this so difficult, but just because, I'll try to stay far enough away so you can't really, here, actually, let me black it out first. I went to print my labels, and for some reason, the formatting had not changed. Everything was correct. It just was printing wrong. I don't know why. I didn't have to change any formatting to get it to print right. All I did is I exited out, and then I went to just print a new label. And for some reason, eBay makes this confusing to get to. So that's why I figured might as well just show you real quick. If you ever need to reprint a label without repurchasing a label, because they make that very easy to find. Hey, you want to buy a new label and cancel that old one and wait 7 to 10 days to get your money back? Sure. No, don't do that. All you do is you get into your seller hub, you go to orders, you go all the way down to shipping labels. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, it seems simple, but if you don't know where this is, this could take you forever to find. So you go to shipping labels, and then once you're in shipping labels, you come over to actions. They're just in the drop down for actions, print another label. Easy peasy. And that's all I did. I went to print another label, and the formatting was correct because I hadn't changed anything, and it printed like normal. I don't know why it happened. Whatever. I'm glad I didn't have to do much to fix it. If you ever need that, that's where it is. Don't buy a new one and refund the old one. Just reprint it. If, your paper jams up or you run out of ink halfway through. It's always halfway through a label too, right? It's never like that last couple lines that you don't need. It's always like right in the middle of their address. Then you're like running to Walmart getting ink. That's why I tell everyone, if you plan on doing reselling or e-commerce long term, get a thermal printer. It will pay for itself, depending on how much you sell, how often you use it, how long that will take, but it will pay for itself. And also, if, say, you have it for half a year and you decide it's not for you, the resale value on them is almost retail. It's right up there. So you're not out anything. You could buy it as a rental, use it for 6 months, and resell it on the secondary market, and it would still be worth it. If you happen to want to purchase a Rollo printer, I have a link in the description. It's just an affiliate link. I get any of those links in the description. These are just things I use. I use a Rollo because that's the one I bought. The only reason I picked Rollo over Dymo was because Rollo, you don't have to use Dymo, you have to use Dymo labels. Rollo, you can use any generic labels. That was the selling point for me. I haven't had any issues. I've printed thousands of labels. They say you're supposed to clean it every once in a while. I don't even do that. It works great. And just a quick reminder, you're, again, too nice. There is an option where you can, you know, tip me as a YouTuber. That's just there because I'm monetized. I didn't like put that there or anything. Beyond nice. I appreciate that so much. Future Drew here had to interrupt the video because just when I was saying that the Lowrys couldn't be any nicer, a couple days after I filmed that, something showed up in the mail. I have opened it already, and let's just show you what it is. No reason to hold the surprise back. Had to enlist the help of my beautiful model here. Go ahead and stand over here so we make sure we're in frame. There we go. Hold that up. There we go. How amazing is this? The Lowrys have outdone themselves. This is honestly one of the coolest things I've ever got in my life. Still determining where it's going to go. Jen has said no to in the bedroom. So we will find a wonderful spot for this. Thank you so much. This is amazing. And just beyond words, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
But if you ever want to give something back or help out the channel, one of the best ways you can do this is if you're going to buy something anyway on Amazon or eBay, if you click one of my links before and it takes you to that page, and then you buy whatever you were going to buy anyways, toothpaste, toilet paper, whatever you were planning on shopping for that day, I get a small chunk of that. I get an affiliate link, monetary compensation. Last month, I don't know who did it. I'm very, very thankful, but someone used one of my links to go to eBay or Amazon. I can't remember which one now. And then they bought a bunch of silver. So they were planning on doing their silver shopping, but they happened to go from one of my links before they did it. And I'm telling you, that was a very pleasant surprise, whoever did that. I don't even know if they meant to do it, but if they didn't, thank you. If they did, thank you. But easiest way, best way to help out the channel is if you just happen to be going on eBay to buy shipping supplies or Christmas gifts when the season comes up or whatever it happens to be. If you click on one of my links first and it redirects you there, then for the next 48 hours, anything you purchase on those platforms, I get a small portion of. It doesn't cost you any more money, just a extra step, a little more effort. And that's how that's not just me. That's how all affiliate links, unless they are specific sponsorships or commercials through the actual YouTube channel, that's how all of them work. And this is not a specific to YouTubers or whatever. If you want to go through the work of doing that, you can post affiliate links on your Facebook, on your Instagram, whatever. You could start an affiliate account just to do what I'm talking about. You start one and then have your significant other always click on your affiliate links before you do your regular shopping. And you guys will get basically a refund, a rebate, but it's a affiliate promotions payment plan. So it's not a ton of money. It's very little money, but it's easy. It wasn't complicated. So just something to think about. If you want to help me out, it's a good way to do it. If you want to help yourself out, not that hard to do. Next thing going out, B3A is a Disney Mickey Mouse ears wine stopper, bottle stopper. B3A, right here. And this cute little item there. Paid $1.25 for this at a garage sale and got $8.99 free shipping. So not a ton of money, but you know, when I'm picking it up for $1.25, it's on a whim. So I made profits. That's a plus. I didn't lose out on the 25 cents, and it took probably, you know, maybe a month to sell. So that's not the worst case scenario, that's for sure. Next thing going out, Wii Sports, Nintendo Wii, disc only, listed it, sold, I'm not lying, in seconds. And it wasn't underpriced because Jen listed this. It was in good condition, of course, just the disc. I double checked because of how quick it sold. I went, oh, maybe the price was a little low. But $18.99 free shipping. Could have went $19.99 free shipping, but what's $1 if it sells instantly? And I mean instantly, it must have been a saved search. I think with a lot of the Wii Sports, It's all sold to save searches that either they probably flip them on Amazon. That's most likely. Kind of like the cameras I sold the other day, the 2 Olympus cameras. I almost guarantee both of those immediately got flipped onto Amazon because I, just out of curiosity, maybe I just saved them, I'm not sure. Oh, I did. Great. Out of curiosity, I looked how much they were on Amazon. The one that sold for $200 sells on Amazon for $360. And then the one that sold for $160 sells on Amazon for $300. So still a ton of profits to whoever bought them and then resold on Amazon. That's my guess. Drop shipper, whatever. One of them was a drop shipper for sure, but that's why. And I don't care because I don't mess with Amazon. I've looked into it a couple times. I could do it. It's just the whole gated, ungated, limited things I can sell. I'm just trying to focus on doing one platform as good as I can to the best of my abilities instead of trying to diversify and know all the rules of all the different platforms. Just if I can be the best at eBay, that's what I'm going to do. If eBay sales at some point get to a point where I have to do something else, I would branch out into Amazon. And then probably my second option would be, I hate it, but Facebook Marketplace. I don't think I would go, Etsy or Poshmark or any of those. For how bad sales are in eBay right now for across the board, go look at the sales numbers on those smaller platforms and it's bad. Some of them might not survive this recession. I'm putting that out there. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.